Génanger.
After all the thinking that we went through, we decided that we should have an organization called Génanger.
Alors, dans bon créole, je ne sais pas comment on dit ça, mais c'est DG contre Manticaba. C'est ça, ça veut dire.
In real Haitian Creole language, I don't know exactly how we say it, but it's like when four eyes meet, you can't, the lie basically dissipates.
Génanger gagne 10 gros organisations et mouvements qui composent.
Génanger is comprised of about 10 organizations in some sort of a partnership.
Plus actionnaires qui servent comme partenaires.
And on top of it, we have ActionAid that serves as our partner.
Et Génanger gagne plus de 800 000 personnes.
It's an organization that is comprised of more than 800,000 people.
Et Génanger créé c'est pour le caméra de transparence à rendre compte sur toute aide qui a rentré dans le pays d'Haïti plus l'argent.
Génanger is about transparency and accountability about all monies that are coming to Haiti.
Génanger fait une série de réalisations déjà.
We've already realized quite a bit of things.
Côté il fait un pile colloque.
We've had a lot of
pour être capable de réaliser un cahier de charges.
To have a notebook where we put all our
charter demands.
Yeah.
Après, Génanger fin fait tout colloque ça yo avec dernière salle de fait c'était colloque international là. Cahier de charges ça il pas seulement Kembel nan mais nous te fait une marche.
After all these meetings, we had
after a 15,000 person march in January to around the commemoration of the earthquake. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Continue.
Continue.
Oui, marche 11 janvier qui sont passé là. Côté nous te mettez 20 000 personnes environ dans la rue pour diriger vers le Parlement.
We had about 20,000 people on the street going towards the Haitian Parliament.
Pour discuter avec eux et remettre le cahier des charges.
And give them these papers.
C'est comme ça plaidoyer ça a porté résultat parce que décision de
Advocacy had some good results because decisions
pour former une commission et tout ça nous te prévoir dans le cahier des charges là pour transformer en loi.
And so all those things that we had in these notebooks, so they could work on them and make laws and pass legislations based on them.
Si bien, si Gerald là.
I'm all done.
Second.
It says dry, kind of dry.
Well, actually, Gerald.
Je pense que nous tout détail.
Oh, oui, peut-être Gerald, est-ce que vous pouvez décrire un peu la marche que vous avez eue avec KROSE dans le sud vers...
Can you talk a little bit about the demonstration that you had in the south with the KROSE, organization KROSE?
Ou des autres initiatives.
Or about other initiatives that you've had with your movement? If I had to start talking about demonstration with KROSE,
parce que nous marchons contre plusieurs bagailles qui ne marchent pas.
We demonstrate against a lot of things
bon,
that are working.
Est-ce que vous pouvez dire quelques mots sur l'importance de l'agriculture?
Can you at least tell us about the importance of agriculture in the country?
Et comment ça avait été pas vraiment bien souligné dans le plan de
how this was not discussed quite well.
Non, et la reconstruction Haïti,
when it comes to the Haitian reconstruction right now,
qui a passé très clairement.
Some things happening, it was very clear.
C'est que yo a retiré l'agriculture de plus en plus dans le panorama décision politique.
They are getting rid of agriculture as part of the political panorama. When it comes to there are three things that cause us to think along these lines.
À aucun moment donné, pas aucune ligne de politique dans la reconstruction qui mettait pour l'agriculture.
There is no policy, there is no real policy when it comes to agriculture as part of the reconstruction program.
Deuxièmement, ensemble d'interventions qu'a fait yo.
Also, when it comes to this kind of intervention that there's a tendency to
utiliser terre qui pi arabio pour faire construction.
To use the most arable land, the most fertile land to build.
Troisième barrière que nous constatons.
The third thing that we've noticed.
pas aucun support réel qui va à la paysannerie.
There is no structural support to the peasantry, to the farm.
Qui c'est principal acteur qui a agir dans l'agriculture.
Which is and they represent the principal actors when it comes to agriculture.
Tout bagay a fait comme si.
Everything is happening as if.
Et yo pas dit même quoi
c'est ça qui
passe.
But to me that's what's happening.
Et une façon que vous comprenez le développement haïtien.
There is a way the way that they conceive Haiti's development.
Et qui pourra le baser sur tourisme.
Which is going to be based upon tourism.
Bon, on va faire discussion qui tourisme.
We're not going to debate that issue, the tourism issue.
Qui pourra le baser sur avantages comparatifs, mais d'œuvre.
It's going to deal with
relatively cheap labor.
Cheap labor
and industry
Et côté on va le faire un pile développement de usines de sous-traitance.
And also factory kinds of production. Manufacturing industry.
Yeah.
Et côté tout, pour gagner des investissements importants qui vont le faire.
Important investments
qui vont le faire dans le champ de l'énergie et puis technologie de communication.
And communication technology.
Je pense que c'est orientation ça.
I think that's the kind of orientation that they're taking.
Mais ça va l'utiliser peut-être gros financeurs.
It's going to benefit largely basically the big financiers. But the majority of the Haitian people won't benefit much from that.
Parfois, il gagne relèvement d'Haïti.
You cannot raise Haiti's hope up or reality up, lift Haiti up.
Alors, on bagaille qui est sustainable, j'en ai
with something that is sustainable, as we usually say.
Sans yo pas bail agriculture véritable place.
Without giving any structural place to the agricultural sector.
Thank you. And just to sum up again, Edith and Gerald, again, are part of this large, massive grassroots movement in the country called Germain, Eye to Eye. And so when we're talking about civil society consultations, there's tons of local grassroots-based expertise and energy and mobilization power in the country when it comes to agricultural development, when it comes to how to reduce gender-based violence, when it comes to addressing the housing and land issues that are so endemic right now. We think that this expertise and mobilization is not being tapped into. There's a disconnect between maybe the international donor community and these grassroots movements on the ground. So this is one of the things that the Germain campaign is trying to help bridge that divide. That's one of the reasons they're here today. This also connects into the HAWG, focus on civil society consultation. So trying to secure housing and land rights for the 500,000 people still in tents, but even more than that throughout the country that aren't necessarily in proper housing. Make sure that we prioritize land, not just for new industrial parks, even though new jobs are needed, but also for agriculture, because the majority of Haitians get their livelihoods through agriculture. I think over 70% of the country, if I'm not mistaken. And then to assure land and housing rights for all Haitians. Because that is in the Constitution, that's in the international charters that Haiti signed on to, the US has signed on to, and what we've seen a lot is a different set of standards for Haiti and the international development community. Obviously Haiti does have a lot